and joining me is Ginraiprime for the first time.
Hello.
And once again, my fellow Ohioan, Zach Cole.
Hi.
And after all these months, we're finally going to be discussing Doom: The Dark Ages.
Yeah, we've been kind of putting this off.
Yeah, we have. But now we are finally getting around to it. And you know what? Before we get into the review, first thing I want to say, this game was great. I loved this game. It had everything I wanted while doing some differences here and there. I'm looking forward to see what they do with the DLC.
Oh yeah, me too. They've already established it's not gonna be the end after the DLC. They're probably gonna make more games in this era.
Yeah, and I'm all for that. Doom lore is fucking massive, so they have a lot to work with. But first thing, before we get into reviewing this game, while we're a little late to this punch, let's talk about that physical media dilemma.
Yeah, I experienced it firsthand.
That's why you're gonna go first.
Okay, well, I got the disc and I downloaded it, and it was only like 300 megabytes. And so I was like, okay, what's going on? And I kept like working with the game, trying to get it to download the rest of it. And then I got an update, and it was the rest of the game.
Which is fucking ridiculous, because the whole thing with that physical media ordeal that really does bother me is, I'll say this. I still will buy it, since at the end of the day, it's the closest thing we got to a physical copy. There's still a little bit of data on the game. Like, our friend JQ in the Discord server, he says the first level is technically on that disc. That's my best ordeal. That's the best I got as a collector, so I do want to buy it. But when I do buy it, I am not giving them money. I will fucking buy that shit third hand off eBay, simply because principle. I don't want to support this. I don't want to support what they're doing and why they're trying to basically get us to stop owning games and stuff like that, because that's what this is for. Like, yes, I understand a big reason games these days can't fully fit on a disc, but there's no excuse to have that little data on it at all. Mm-hmm. The whole reason for that little data is because they chose to do it, and why they're doing it is because they want us to accept the idea of not owning our games. And that's something that really bothers me. But I will say, reason why I still would buy it is you are technically still running it off the physical copy to an extent, given it needs the data from that disc to run it. And if you remove it, it stops playing. And there are bits and pieces that are still entirely present. So I don't think it's completely accurate to describe it as some has imposter physical media, but it comes uncomfortably close, and it kind of supports an agenda that I don't want to be a part of. Yes, I understand how games are programmed today. It's impossible to have it on a disc without updates and whatnot. But again, as shown by studios who aren't Microsoft, it is possible to place the majority of the core game on one. So this route here just strikes me as them trying to make us accept digital, which is only costing them money, as digital people ain't gonna be like, hey, I'm buying a physical now, because they don't like digital media for the novelty of anything. It's just they want it for convenience, so there's no purpose of it. Meanwhile, collectors, many like ourselves, either will buy it since it's all they got to accept, or they won't buy it at all, which begs the question, why do that? Why, especially from a business, let's bring them to the future point of view. You're only losing money printing these discs without the entire core game, opposed to just biting the bullet and adding the core data. Again, me personally, I'm a collector. I will buy it since it's my best option. But again, it's going to be off a third-party seller, because I don't want to support what they're doing.
Yeah, it's stupid. They even have something in their terms of service that they can take it away from you at any time.
Yeah.
And that's fucking stupid. That's why the whole stop killing games movement is important. Now, if you guys do the smart thing and start printing disc with the main game on it, then I will give them money, because I'll be like, okay, you're finally doing the smart thing. You're giving us full physical media, and you're realizing we don't want any of this crap where this whole digital physical hybrid thing. But from the version you're selling right now, nah, pal, you didn't earn it. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, it's also that, and they're just, most modern developers nowadays just seem to be shit at compression.
Yeah, pirate software.
It's not fun when it's. I mean, you don't just see it with. It's not just with Dark Ages. You see it with a lot of games where you just install it, and then the rest of it is just downloading the rest of the bloody game. Even if what you initially downloaded was just a couple of 100 megabytes or something like that. It's like there's been a few games I've been playing on Steam, because I played Dark Ages on Steam, and that issue with the whole, downloading the first bit and then downloading the rest of the game, that didn't happen on Steam, thankfully. But my internet is rubbish anyway, so it still took me like 14 hours to download the bloody thing.
Yeah, I got it on the Saturday before it released, and I finally got the update that around 8 o'clock that night, and I got to play it the next day. I
think because I pre-ordered the game and I got it early as well. I think when did I get it? I think you
probably got it that Monday,
and I think it was the Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got it. I got my collector's edition, and I was not even expecting it to arrive so early. I got it, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I got to play the game like a day earlier than it was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this is it arrived on Game Pass actually a little bit earlier before it came out. I didn't play it on that day, but I did watch my brother who was playing it on that day. But the very next day, morning, because I woke up very early that morning, I got up, turned on my Xbox, and started playing Doom: The Dark Ages, because I couldn't resist, because it was the newest Doom game, and also I was able to tell from watching my brother play. I was like, oh man, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, I got mine too. It's right here actually. Yep.
Yeah,
it's
Snap.
Yeah, it's but
I haven't sent you yours yet.
That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Either way, the fact that you're doing that at all is just, I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, I just have to have the money to send it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I did play it on Game Pass, and that's why I didn't have the issue of the physical copy thing, and that's how I'm gonna buy it, because I don't really like buying digital unless I have to, unless it's my only option. And I do think when it comes to the Dark Ages, the closest I got is that physical copy. But so to kind of stick with my principles, I'm gonna buy it, but not give them money.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Because I'm just really sick of it. It's not its fault either. It's Xbox's, because Microsoft has been doing this. Microsoft been doing this with a lot of games like Halo, Indiana, even on other platforms like the PlayStation 5. Indiana Jones, for example, does not have a lot of data on it.
Did they do that with Infinite?
Yeah. It has a small amount of data on the disc. They've been doing that with all their games for years now, apparently. Which is
like a 2022 game? 21 game?
Yeah. It's something Microsoft has been doing for a while, because here's the thing. Microsoft don't care about physical media. They don't. They value it the least because they want to fucking get people to subscribe to their subscription service, which, let's talk about Game Pass for a bit. Game Pass is great at the core. I like that they have a lot of stuff that they're adding. I love the retro game section that they added recently. That's really cool. But again, you're relying too much on it. People are buying your console to play games, dude. It's like, if people are buying the physical copy, can you just put the data on the disc?
Yeah. And they also they also completely changed their minds on stuff at a whim. Like, what was it? I only saw today they just got rid of the movies and TV section. No warning.
Did they?
Just boom, gone.
Yeah, they did. Xbox been taking a lot of L's recently. Speaking of such, I will give them one W. And this is only because they finally I don't even know if I should give them this W because they only submitted because people were criticizing them for it. But they gave up on the idea of $80 games. They recently gave up on that idea, but I don't know if I should give them that. It's like, for example, it's like if a dog shits on the floor and it manages to clean up its own mess. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's
but
like,
yeah, I guarantee they'll say, it'll be like on the statement saying, "Oh, we've given up $80 games." There'll be so many asterisks next to that it'll look like a fucking constellation.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, Nintendo isn't going to be doing that because Nintendo, they're greedy bastards. Everyone knows Nintendo are fucking greedy.
I don't like this.
What is it?
That they got rid of all the movies and TV.
Yeah, it just shows you how they, that they don't value, like, preservation. And it also says they can take away your digital as soon as they want.
That's
I mean,
baloney.
I've never used that, but it doesn't matter that I've never used it. It's like, for all the people who may have bought stuff on there and used it, it's like, no, tough shit, it's gone. And it's like,
it's objectively a bad thing because I never used it either because I'm a physical media guy and I don't buy digital. But this is a bad thing. But it's just when it comes to Microsoft, it's like they've been making themselves the clown show of gaming for the past couple of years, and it's actually really unfortunate because I grew up I have a lot of good memories with Xbox. I remember when my uncle used to bring over his Xbox console with Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee, Turok, and all of that, and I would play the fuck out of it. And then we got the 360. We got that instead of the PS3. And in recent years, Xbox has just been really falling apart.
Well, a lot of their exclusives are going to PlayStation now.
To be fair, I was critical on Xbox for that at one point, but it seems like PlayStation is doing the same thing now. Because
we got Helldivers.
Yeah, we're getting Helldivers. Well, I should say we're because I also have a PS5. Y'all are getting Helldivers. Y'all are getting some Square Enix games, and there's some others that are also coming to from PS5 coming to Xbox. So it seems like Xbox and PlayStation are both kind of separating from that, which fair enough. If that happens, I'll just choose between an Xbox or a PlayStation next generation. Nintendo's not doing that shit.
No,
they never do.
They won't. Like, that's why if anybody wants to, that's why when PC gamers and all that ask for like Nintendo games on there, it's like, good luck with that. It's like Nintendo is not going to be doing that. They value money, and that money requires you to buy their fucking hardware.
Well, yeah, and it's like
money
a $500 system for that Switch too. Sorry, not trying to interrupt.
No, that's right. Sorry. No, I was going to say they value money, but they also value control. Yeah,
they do. They fucking do. And that's why they take down like even the most harmless videos regarding their copyright on the planet, and it's fucking awful what they're willing to do.
Yeah, it's bloody draconian to a degree.
But anyway, let's move on to the other thing that you brought up before. I don't know if you remember it, Chris. But you still want to talk about the bad takes that went around Doom the Dark Ages, correct?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, I'll let you go first.
Well, there was a lot of. Well, looking back on it now, I think a lot of people will probably change their mind a fair bit. But when the game was coming out, there was a lot of people just having like some of the most weird, asinine, and just ridiculous takes for the game.
Yeah, I remember you posting about them.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm trying to remember what some of them were now because my own fault. I didn't prepare notes for this, but it was like some of them were like saying about it's not a Doom game. It's not because you're doing a lot more adventuring. This was prior to the updates where you could adjust you could already adjust the speed and everything like that, but they did remedy some other things, some fixes in later patches. But even prior to that, all those saying, oh, it doesn't feel like a Doom game, and oh, it's too slow, oh, it's just parries and everything like that. And it's like, yes, the parries are certainly a part of the game, but it's not like they take anything away, and they don't necessarily turn it into a Souls-like or anything like that.
No, not at all. And when people are like, it's not Doom, it's like, what measure are you using for that? Are you talking about like Doom 2016, which is like, first of all, yeah, Doom 2016 is like Doom, but it's still a different taste of Doom. It's not like it's the starting formula of what the Doom franchise was. And if you want to get onto defining what Doom is, Doom from 1993 to up to Doom 3 was action horror. Many people don't see the original first two games as action horror games, but they were. You look into what John Carmack and John Romero said about them. They wanted to scare and excite. That's what they were going for. And if you want to go on that route, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, especially Doom Eternal, left the horror genre. Like, there's horror elements in 2016, but there's none in Eternal. Yeah,
it's still there. It's just, it's more akin to how it is even in Dooms 1 and 2, where even though it has the horror elements, it still has the over-the-top, like, not... I don't want to say campy. That's not the right word. That's not the right word I'm looking for, but it's more the whole... just the more action-y sort of thing, where it's more like... It doesn't try to scare you, but it just gets your blood pumping.
Yeah, I'd say it does a little bit of both. Like, the whole thing of the lights flickering in the original Dooms, John Romero actually cited that as his attempt of, making you feel vulnerable, or like at the beginning of Dark Halls, like before you open the door, you hear the demons outside. That's to build suspense. But a lot of that was, built on limitations, and how they made action horror work was really good. Like, Doom 2016 is just action with horror elements instead of like action horror. Because, well, when you have the plot that you're actually a god that the demons fear, you can't exactly feel vulnerable when they're just your punching bags. And also, Doom 1 and 2, they also had some visceral tracks. Like, you had Dark Halls that was very ambient and stuff like that. You had that one track that went on. I forgot what it's called, but it's when you're it's around the end of episode 1.
That's like that Sign of Evil.
Yeah. It's like you had some more visceral tracks there. But again, when people are talking about that, it's like Doom started off as action horror. Doom 2016 left action horror. I don't think it's a bad thing, because it plot-wise makes sense, because, well, you've literally went through hell and high water. The demons are afraid of you now. Lore-wise, it's perfect that it transitioned from action horror lore-wise. But still, when you're using that merit of, Doom the Dark Ages doesn't feel like action, it doesn't feel like Doom, it's like, how about we use that against 2016 and Eternal? Especially since Doom the Dark Ages was still not, I would still wouldn't call full action horror, since the game still builds you up to be this powerful god. It does have more of those. Like, you have some more ambient music, you have some more visceral surroundings, visceral sound effects. You have the Cosmic Realm, which has a lot of mysterious shit that's dark. So, yeah. It's like, in a way, I'd say Doom the Dark Ages kind of resorts back to that.
Yo, yeah, definitely. It's very more like classic Doom than it is more Doom 2016 and Eternal. It still has elements of it. I mean, even those two still have elements of classic Doom with it. But it's definitely closer to it, especially with the fact you're mainly on the ground this time.
Yes, exactly. And when people are on about it being slow, it's like they forget that Doom 2016 and all of that was actually, I don't want to say faster than the original Doom games. Well, I would say they were about the same. Okay. Well, when it comes to I'd still say they were a little bit faster because there was areas in the original Doom games they wanted to slow you down. Like, for example, the traps in the original Doom games. Like, the traps actually came from the horror aspect in those. Those were kind of like things that catch you off guard by John Romero. To John Romero and all that to scare you. So it actually is faster paced in the new Doom games than those. So when people are like that the slowdown in the Dark Ages is a bad thing, I just can't get, especially since it's a prequel. Like, they played Doom Eternal in Doom 2016. They know the Slayer is stronger and faster in Doom Eternal. So doesn't it make sense for the prequel where the Slayer isn't as strong and isn't as fast to be slower than he was in 2016? Especially since he's also wearing this big, heavy armor suit that would limit him.
Yeah, exactly.
But even then, again... No, you finish.
I was going to say, and also having the armor, having the melee weapons and everything like that, it just adds a little more of a visceral feel to it. The only real visceral sort of like weight you really had with prior things would be, especially in 2016 and Eternal, would be when you're using the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Sure, it's still a visceral feeling, when you're hitting them with a super shotgun blast or, BFG blast and whatnot. I'm not saying it's never there, but you certainly get a little more weight to your blows, especially in Dark Ages.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, even if we did have that lore reason, which we do, and it is objectively a good thing that it's there because it makes sense. Even if we didn't have that, the game has fucking difficulty sliders. You can play it like Doom 2016 and Eternal. My brothers played it that way. I played it how the game wanted me to play it. I didn't mess with the difficulty sliders and all that because I kind of just wanted to. I wanted to play the game how it wanted you to feel canonically. Like, basically, I wanted to play it how the Slayer feels in that universe, so I didn't mess with them. But you can. You have the ability to. So instead of bitching, how about you turn on the game, use the sliders, and speed it up, and play it like Doom 2016 and Eternal?
I know I turned on auto sprint and turned off the screen effect.
Yep, so did I. And, well, you had to do that if you didn't want to see the screen effects and whatnot, but they did, in a later update, they did add that, so that was on by default. So,
oh, really?
You didn't have to go into the settings to turn all that off if you didn't want to.
I don't think I've played since they've updated it.
No, fair enough.
I haven't played the last update either, so some things I might say when we get onto the review portion might be outdated, but yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I haven't played it for a couple of weeks myself either. Well, probably about a month now, actually. But yeah, I did play it the last time it did get updated.
I need to watch their streams. I've been behind on them.
Which, speaking of such, when it comes to those bad takes, I remember it like, did you know that Hugo Martin had a response to the Act-Man's Doom the Dark Ages review?
No.
Basically he said, I forgot exactly what it was, but Hugo Martin said, I love how the Act-Man said we didn't have, I forgot what the exact saying was, when they're literally right there.
Oh, Glory Kills?
Yeah, Glory Kills, I think. And Act-Man just started, and Act-Man responded. Act-Man took the criticism well, like he just acted like he had a heart attack and stuff like that. And Act-Man took the L for that video, so good on him. But it is funny, Hugo Martin was even like, oh, that video was bad. And I'm an Act-Man fan, but yeah, that video, I'll say the humor was good, and he did make a few valid points. That in a critical point of view, that video was not good. It was one of his weakest works, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we move on to actually discussing the Dark Ages?
Probably. We're 25 minutes in.
Well, we were discussing the other stuff around, like the physical media dilemma and all that.
Crap.
But who wants to go first?
I really love this game, honestly. It's probably my favorite of the Doom series so far.
Well, first we'll give like a non-spoiler review before we get on to the ratings. Then we'll get on to the spoilers. Let's give our verdicts right now in a non-spoiler way. Then we'll get on to the spoilers. How does that sound, guys?
Sounds fine.
Okay. This game is great. I absolutely loved it. It does have some shortcomings being objective here and there, at least from the update, the version I played, because it's been updated ever since. But as a whole, this was what I wanted out of a new Doom game. It plays similar to the others while also changing things up a notch. It expands the lore. I love the more cinematic appeal it went with on the storytelling. And also, the soundtrack is great, has a perfect blend of visceral, dark, and exciting metal. Also, and the inclusion of the Cosmic Realm was overall just really, really cool.
Yeah.
I think this game is incredible, and I want to give it the perfect score, but being as objective as I can, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Just me being objective. But I want to give it like at least a 9. But it is so...
Yeah.
What?
At least you're not doing the IGN. Giving it a 7.
Giving it a 7.
IGN fucking sucks.
They're gonna come after you. You better watch it.
But overall, if you have...
They say you can't spell ignorant without IGN.
Damn right. But if you haven't played Doom the Dark Ages yet, first off, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's been months. Second, go and fix that.
I can't believe it's been as long as it has been.
I can't either. I remember when it first dropped and I was just playing it first thing in the morning when the sky was still dark.
Yeah.
But I'm going, objectively speaking, it hurts me not to give it anything higher, but putting my feelings aside, I'm going to give it that 8. But that's because I'm a biased... the biased Doom fan in me wants to give it at least a 9.
Well, fuck you. I'm giving it a 10.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, Zach over here is like 10 out of 10. 15 out of 10.
Yeah,
But
best game ever.
Give your spoiler-free thoughts and then your verdict, Chris. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the expansion on some of the aspects to the Doom universe, the Cosmic Realm. I enjoyed the new weapons, especially the flail and the mace.
Oh yeah, that's what I used, was the flail.
That was awesome. I used a little bit of everything.
I do. I mean, I think this is stuff that's obviously has been discovered since then, but I especially love how the runes, the shield runes, and all the different weapons, you can synergize a lot of them together into builds. So if we're going to say anything from Souls, it's builds. but you know, I really liked that. I liked the soundtrack. I loved the general aesthetic. The story, yeah, it was fine. It was serviceable. I wasn't expecting it to be like stellar or groundbreaking. It just served its purpose. And of course, we got Best Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, that scene fucking... what goes on later broke my heart.
Mm-hmm. So I would probably put it as a 9, personally.
I respect that.
The only reason I would not say a 10, at least at the moment, is just because it makes my PC run a bit hot. But that's it. That's the only thing. So.
That's reasonable. You know, for me, it might be a 9 now because, again, some of what I'm going to say in this review is based on before some of the later updates. So,
no, I would say it's probably it's definitely very high up on my list of the top Doom games.
I can't make a top Doom game list. Like, every Doom game, besides the master levels, of course, is just so good. I can't do a list, dude. I can't. It's like choosing between your children.
I only have one child, so I don't have to choose. Well, actually, that's not true because this is my child too.
Your boy. Here's the Daisy to your Doom guy.
Oh, he is. I would kill anyone for him.
Now, since we're on spoilers, I want to say the fight with the Cthulhu is just perfection.
Dude, that was so badass. It was like Pacific Rim.
It was like Doom the Dark Ages offered my Pacific Rim fix more than the fucking Pacific Rim sequels.
Mm-hmm.
I like the anime.
The anime was good, but even then, this still gave me my Pacific Rim fix more. But what this really worked about the fight with the Cthulhu, the whole Atlands, again, are very Pacific Rim, but that one in particular just feels even more so, which is probably because, one, the Cthulhu puts up more of a fight, and two, PR had some Lovecraftian influence. But I just thought that to be very nice. He's appropriately challenging, and he's got abilities to manipulate the area, making his battle feel more worthy, and also different for a Doom boss, which sums up the Latin fights as a whole. But even more so, if you ask me. But I want to ask, how do you interpret that cutscene where you got the 3 old ones trapping the Slayer? Because traditionally, there's only one Cthulhu, and when you kill him, Azarek tells the witch, avenge your god. So that would imply there's only one, right?
Yeah, so I saw a theory that it was an illusion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I saw a theory that, yeah.
Potentially. I mean, I've mentioned to you both before in the Discord and everything like that, you know, when people were saying things like, oh, you know, why is it, oh, you know, this was obviously probably a Quake game before being a Doom game, and it's like, no, this is obviously a Doom game, and how, you know, Sandy Peterson was involved with Doom, and he created Call of Cthulhu. So if anything, having it with all the Lovecraftian stuff is more of a nod to him, I would say.
Dean, wait, hold on.
I think your son wants to get on the Doom discourse.
Yeah.
You go bye-bye? Oh. Well, there was a surprise Dean appearance.
That's all right.
He's a good boy.
He is a very good boy. I love him so much.
But overall...
as I was saying, it's like, if anyone knows Call of Cthulhu, especially the tabletop RPG game, in that, it's like, yes, there is usually one Cthulhu, but there is also Cthulhu Spawn.
Yeah, there's
you could probably interpret as there's Chthonians, there's lots of different things, but there is also other Cthulhu Spawn that are
Chthonians
basically like
worms.
it. Yeah, they're the worms, the Chthonians.
Oh, I've used them in a book before. I forgot. I've done some Lovecraft lore research, but
I have to. Like, I've been listening to some Lovecraft books. Like, one of them was called like The Horror in the Museum. I think that was a really good story. So yeah, and which as a whole, with the whole Lovecraft thing, I do want to say the Cosmic Realm. We mentioned the Cosmic Realm in passing detail, but since we're on a spoiler section, let's get into the nitty fucking gritty. I love the Cosmic Realm, guys. Like, everything about it is just perfect, and you can tell they've done their research. Like, it looks like official depictions of what the Cosmic Realm, or whatever it would be called in Lovecraft mythos, is based on. It has a dark green, rainy look to it with an ocean surrounding them, which I usually see in like official artworks from H.P. Lovecraft, and the rough ocean surrounding everything. It's genuinely the Cosmic Realm brought to real life. There's such a thing as attention to detail, and a big aspect of cosmic horror is things beyond human comprehension, and it plays with that idea. Since you're the Doomslayer, it puts you in perspective of entering that cosmic realm, as when you're in there, there's one moment where you jump in this big thing of water, and it just leads to, oh man, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you guys know the episode of SpongeBob when they were on a ship and the Flying Dutchman threw Squidward in this weird horror-ass imagery thing till eventually he fell back on the ship?
Oh, like a loop?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You have like this loop which messes with the mind. You have doors you open that lead that it'll like trick you into thinking like there's a key or something there. But once you get to the part, it will like transport you to another area or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Or
I
you'll just keep
remember
walking.
I remember this one secret area where it's the forever hallway.
Yep.
And then
And
you
then
have to like you gotta think about it, and I don't know why I kept it going, and then I was like, what happens if I turn around? I turned around and there was where I wanted.
Yep.
There was a chest.
Often
Yeah,
does.
that's what I was talking about perfectly. Like you also have this one where you have the biting teeth and stuff like that. That's inside the Cthulhu. Yeah, it's inside the Cthulhu. You can't time it or anything like that because it'll just bite you and then you're back to where you were. So it messes with the idea of horrors like beyond human comprehension, which I can see why people brought up Quake prior, but because you do get stuff like that in Quake that messes with the mind, but it's because that's a staple of cosmic horror.
Yeah, I wonder if someone brought this up before, or was it was in that video that you shared, Genrai.
Oh, of how I think that's the one from it's a channel called Ruby Ranger where he's saying of how the games of 2016 Eternal and whatnot take place in the Quake universe.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like they're trying to connect Quake and Doom.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that would
potentially.
be cool.
It would be very fucking cool, which is possible. Granted, I heard Hugo Martin say like this isn't a Quake thing, but go back to Spider-Man No Way Home when people are saying that oh yeah, this is the Tobey Maguire and all that isn't in this movie, and guess who was in the fucking movie?
Yeah, it was Andrew Garfield. He was always saying he's not in the movie, but he was in the movie.
Yeah.
That's just making me think. Oh, imagine if they did something like that for Doom. Yeah, bully Marine.
Yeah, they got rid of the hell. Like they got all the demons or can't come to Earth anymore.
Yeah, they did that at the end of Eternal, didn't they?
Yeah, with the Dark Ages, or not the Dark Ages. Sorry, the Ancient Gods.
Oh, I still have to play the Ancient Gods.
Because, well, spoilers, but you kill the Dark Lord and it locks everyone out of hell.
Oh, I know.
Or out of Earth. Into hell.
I know. I'm a Doom fanatic, so there was no way of escaping that information.
Although, I highly doubt that means that hell is completely cut off.
Yeah, I do too.
That's
Like, I
kind
feel
of
like
like what I interpreted it as, I guess.
I mean, yeah, they'll say that, but there will obviously be some way, because they've said that in previous Doom things, like how I'm sure you two have heard of the Plutonia experiment.
Yeah, I have, yes.
What is that?
It is one of the 32 episode map sets that was part of Final Doom.
Okay.
Basically, there was TNT Evolution and the Plutonia experiment. And the plot line for Plutonia was how it's set after Doom 2, and the hell basically kept opening new portals, and like the Earth government recovering from the after effects of Doom 2, basically they refounded the UAC and were doing these like devices to shut down the portals, but every time they did that, more would spring up, which to quote Civi on his video for Plutonia, that's a good metaphor for Plutonia. If one doesn't work, send more. The reason he said that is because Plutonia is infamous for having loads of revenants and chain gunners.
Speaking of Revenants, I fucking love the Grim Reaper design.
Oh yeah, dude, it's awesome.
Like,
And the
favorite
Cacker
Revenant.
Demon.
Oh yes. Which, speaking of the cosmic,
am I the only one who thought of Krang?
I see it. I see
Yeah.
Which, since we're still on the Cosmic
But
Realm
then
portion,
to be fair, the Krang thing that's been there since the Spider Demon and Arachnotrons.
Yes. Which, one more thing I want to say involving the Cosmic Realm, though. Something I really enjoyed, as this is like a nice subtle detail to Doom lore that leaves some stuff to the imagination. The corrupted demons are just perfect. Like, you have the Cosmic Baron, the Cosmic Kako. All that is great because it shows that all these demons in the Cosmic Realm ended up merging with that weird world, and it ended up getting corrupted into something entirely different.
Yeah.
And the Cosmic Baron in particular, I feel like they took a lot of influence from depictions of Nyarlathotep, and I think that makes it work very well in the case. And it also makes some more variety, because instead of just adding the Baron of Hell back, you got the Baron of Hell, but you got a new variant of it instead. Same with the Kako demon, and I really appreciated that. Something someone did point out, though, that I do agree with as a missed opportunity was not adding like Doom 3's
Mancubus.
Yeah, Mancubus, because
With
it looks like
tentacles.
because it looks like the Cthulhu. And I agree with that. Like, you could have added like a Cosmic Mancubus, and it would have worked very well.
I feel like that's probably something they considered, but they had to cut.
Potentially.
Possibly.
I mean, I've also seen people compare the Cosmic Baron, to the Shamblers, especially the face.
I see it. I definitely see it.
Shamblers?
The Shamblers are an enemy from Quake.
Well, fun fact, they're an enemy from Quake, but they originally originated from Lovecraft books. Like, there's a dead Shambler in the Horror of the Museum.
They're called Dimensional Shamblers, but the actual look for them is different in most of the other Lovecraftian stuff to how they are in Quake.
Yeah.
It's similar, but not entirely the same. But fun fact, Shamblers have actually appeared in other boomer shooters that have been released in the last few years, just as little nods and references to Quake and other such.
That's pretty based. By the way, let's also talk about the sound design. Well, I want to talk about the perfect blend of musical scores that are done very well. Like, at the beginning of the game, for example, I love how the beginning of the game begins with no exact sounds besides the screech of demons and the rain with a bell ring. It's fucking haunting, and you feel the emptiness of the village. If you weren't already such a badass, this would be horrifying. And that's one of the things I really like about that, and I feel like maybe I misinterpreted the intentions here, but I feel like that lack of sound design was kind of putting an emphasis that not that the demons are scary, but you're feeling your own presence, especially since everyone there also fears you. Like, they even state in the game that stay away from the Slayer, he's dangerous. So I feel like what it was going with there is you're the horror and everyone is feeling your presence, that you have arrived. And I think they did a really good job at that. It's like reverse horror in a sense.
That's what I was gonna say. Isn't that what Doom has been the last few games? Is reverse horror, where you are the horror?
Yeah, and I think the first level in particular really emphasized that, and I just really loved it. Like, I think it did it better. I think it did it better than even the other Doom games did in that degree, because you had the haunting sound you'd get out of a typical horror game, where I was like, this is gonna sound weird, but when playing it, you're like, oh man, I kind of don't want to fuck with me right now.
It is basically the epitome of, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me.
Yeah.
Yes, and I absolutely really adored that.
One of my favorite moments was it's like near the middle of the game, maybe first couple chapters, when he breaks his control and he's like walking there and so like bashing on the shield, and they're like, I don't think he wants to be contained anymore.
No.
That shit is great.
Like, you don't say.
Oh man, that shit is so great. Like, I know you said the story was just fine, Ginrai. I thought it was great. I loved the story. It wasn't perfect, but I loved it.
No, I'm not saying I hated it or anything. I'm just saying it was fine for what it is. I don't know what people were really expecting.
I like it because I think it did what Doom it did what it was setting out to do. For example, it like again, like every Doom game has been building you up to be a badass. This Doom game, again, does a really good job at that. You have the Slayer being contained. You have the Slayer showing he's angry, trying to escape. You have all this build-up rage for him with the enemies, and then gradually he kills the Maker that had him held up. He kills Azaric. He kills all the others. And I think it did a really good job with that. But...
So
I will say... Oh, sorry, Zach.
I just wanted to point out, he didn't actually kill the witch. That was just her physical body.
Yeah, which goes into the whole Lovecraftian thing. But I also want to say what's even better with the musical score is the composer knows how to handle the atmosphere. Like, for example, level 10, it starts off very quiet and atmospheric, almost like they want the player to feel their own presence again. Like, this is with music. Like, at the beginning, you didn't really have any music. You just had bells and stuff like that, which was appropriate for atmosphere, as I said. But even when it goes for music, it has some tracks like Doom 64, Doom 3, and even the original Doom, like with Dark Halls, for example, that just really brings in that dark feeling to it. And then when the combat, but here's how but I digress. Once the combat kicks in, it goes from that dark, scary sound. Then it ramps up to the heavy metal guitar riff. Like, what's that song called again that was in a trailer?
Oh, Infernal Chasm?
Oh, Infernal Chasm. Yeah,
Infernal Chasm. Oh, man, I love that track. It works perfect, too, because before you have the demons, there's an emphasis on the atmosphere. And then when the action kicks in, you have this very fast-paced heavy metal guitar. And it's just... It's so good. And it's a perfect blend and perfect sync of tone. And I think the original Doom games would have something like this. If it was possible with audio balancing back then with the hardware, where you would kind of have the slower atmosphere in a level and then would go to something that's action oriented, but they were inherently limited back then, so they kind of had to choose, like, hey, what track are we going to use for this level? Do we want a heavy metal guitar, or do we want something that's more ambient? Doom of the Dark Ages did not feel the need to... Doom of the Dark Ages did not have that limitation, so they were able to balance it, and I think fuck that they did.
Yeah, it's so I have Infernal Chasm downloaded on my phone because I really like that one.
I'd probably say my favorite tracks on the soundtrack would be Infernal Chasm, Unchained Predator,
yes,
and Into the Void.
Oh, yes. But again, it's the tracks themselves are great, but what makes them even better is how in sync they are with the stuff going on and how it transitions. The fact that it could transition from that dark ambience to that so well and in sync just complements both perfectly.
Well, I'm sure this is probably as good a place to mention it as any. One of the other bad takes that we saw a lot during that time was the whole thing of people constantly moaning the fact that Mick Gordon wasn't involved.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. Mick Gordon, I will say, he was treated poorly, and Mick Gordon was great at what he did. But here's the thing. Can we not bring it on this new composer who's just as great and did something different, yet similar?
If I remember, finishing move is 4 people in it.
Yeah. It's like, why not give the new people, like, the credit they deserve? I don't think Mick Gordon would want people doing this.
No, he even said that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Said that.
Yeah.
Said don't boycott Doom just because of what happened to him.
Yeah, especially since the new composer is just as great. The new composers are just as great as Mick Gordon, and they are very dynamic. Like, this isn't a critique on Mick Gordon, because Doom 2016... It didn't really... Doom 2016 and Eternal, they weren't trying to have, like, any moments of, like, eeriness. So Mick Gordon did everything he needed to do for his soundtrack. But, again, the new composers are able to give you stuff like Mick Gordon, while also some different types. Yeah. Which, is more aligned with the original games, because the original games had a balanced soundtrack.
Yeah, it's more like there's some elements to the new soundtrack, which is, you could hear a little bit of Mick there, but you can also hear a bit of Bobby Prince. You can also hear a little bit of Aubrey Hodges.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, and I think
their own adding their own sound to it as well.
Yeah, that's something that I think deserves the credit. And honestly, is this really the time to be doing that anyway, considering that you had the Ancient Gods DLC, which didn't have Mick Gordon?
Oh yeah, you had Andrew Holsholt and what's his name? Can never remember his name. Hold on, let me just quickly. Sorry, it's just because I cannot remember the chap's name who did it. It was two people. I knew it was Andrew Holsholt and David Levy. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, again, that's not shade at them. Andrew Holsholt and David Levy are very talented artists. But again, why are we still get over it. Like, Mick Gordon's not coming back.
No.
Yeah. Like, some people even mentioned during the time, why didn't they hire them and everything like that? There has been interviews with Levy and Holsholt since then, where, as far as I'm aware, I've heard it from Holsholt to say that he was busy with some other things at the time, and he had the opportunity, but he basically had to choose between either working on the soundtrack for the new Doom, or working on a motion picture soundtrack.
Oh.
Not gonna lie, I'd choose the soundtrack of the new Doom.
Yeah. But, because obviously, he thinking of other opportunities and how much he would be busy with other things, so that's why he went for the other thing. So that doesn't mean that he's burned his bridges with id or anything like that. He still has it open and everything like that. So
he was in the chat for one of their streams.
Yeah. That was another thing he did, because he didn't do Dark Ages. Instead, that's when they allowed his IDKFA soundtrack that he did, the remixes he did for Dooms 1 and 2. That's what allowed them to appear in the re-releases of Dooms 1 and 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, sure, the one door closed in terms of, Dark Ages, but the other one opened. So he is still very much involved in Doom. So
I mean, there's always the chance he could do the DLC or
very potentially, or even
another game. Yeah, another game.
Yeah. Now, but before I move on, I want to give you guys more stuff to talk about. Like, do you guys have anything more to say about the soundtrack?
I don't think so. It's just badass.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and I think people are just being whiny bloody babies about it.
Yeah,
I agree. But now, I will say there's personal taste, and then there's also taking it too far. Yeah, I agree with that. And there's also just bad. Like, I'm the snob of the three, so I'm just gonna bring it out. People already think I'm an asshole. There's also just bad media literacy. Like, you could dislike the score, but the objective factors are there, and it objectively works. And I already pointed out why it objectively works. Again, the sync, what the sync represents, how it transitions from dark and moody when you're alone to upbeat, fast, and badass when you're in the horde. It's like, they did good. Even if you, some reason don't like this, which I can't comprehend why, they did their job. There's nothing they needed to objectively improve. The world doesn't revolve around you, buds.
Yeah. And, id did acknowledge there was an audio mixing issue with the game initially when it launched, because it wasn't white, right? But that has been remedied since.
I didn't think I had any problems with it.
No, I didn't really have any problems. There was a few times when the music didn't cut off exactly when it probably should have, but these things happen. So,
speaking of the audio, again, Doom the Dark Ages is fantastic, but as I said, it's not perfect. And when I say perfect, I'm not talking about nitpicks. I know everything has nitpicks, but there's some modern gaming tisms here and there. But I'm sure eventually a lot of those either will be or have been patched. And since they're not game breaking, I'm not going to dwell too much on them. However, I will say, sometimes when things get extremely loud and explosive, the audio will drop. Like it will, you'll have no audio. Did you guys notice that?
A few times, but nothing too major. But
my big problem.
Things have been remedied since. That's right.
No, my big problem was I got stuck in a spot real quick where I shouldn't have gotten stuck, and I fell through the map.
Oh.
Again, modern gaming tisms here and there. But again,
I
either
thought
those
it was funny, but
yes, either those will be fixed, or they may have already have been fixed by now. I don't know. Like these notes that I'm using are based on prior versions of the game. But however, again, now here's a flaw that I'm a little more concerned with, since I don't know if this is deemed fixable. But on level 13, when you fly the dragon, it directs you to push LT twice. It directs you, and this is in order to dodge. This is a complete lie, as it's actually B to dodge. This is a fairly... Yeah, like this is a fairly significant flaw because it actually affects how you experience the game. It reminds me of that level on the 360, PC, and PS3 ports for the fucking Force Unleashed, where it tells you to push a particular set of buttons when that is actually entirely wrong.
I would imagine it's been fixed now. I would imagine.
probably.
I would hope so. Granted, again, I'm sure that first level, I'm pretty sure the first level actually correctly guides you. But the problem with that is by this point, it's actually been a while since you played that level. So as a result, it likely hasn't stuck with you. And if it has managed to, that LT guidance is going to throw you off.
Oh, well.
I hope they fixed this because that when I was playing that pissed me off.
Wait a second, that's not right.
Yep. Oh, man.
I don't know if I ever even noticed that.
I did, because it threw me off.
Either that, or it was just a you issue.
It's just a him issue. Autistic fuck.
Get good.
Now, are we gonna talk about how Azaric done fucked up?
Of course we have to talk about it.
I mean, I will say, you were saying of how it removed the horror aspect. Well, it certainly brought it back from his point of view at the end.
Dude,
man.
I literally, when that happened, I was like, oh, dude, you done fucked up. I said that out loud.
I mean, all I'll say to that bit is, as soon as I saw that moment, I just grinned like his classic face. I was just like, oh, yes.
Yes.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
And it kind of hypes you up, too, because you're mad. So you're, like, working with the...
Oh, yeah, because I assume we're still doing spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because obviously it's like, first they took his rabbit, then they took his family, then they took his dragon.
Yep.
Right.
I think
It's like, so the moment you kick down the doors to fight Azrak and the witch, it's like, knock, knock, motherfuckers.
And what's great is I think that was entirely the point they were going for, is like he's lost everything to them and this only like increased his raging hatred for the demons.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had that the symbol on the sarcophagus, how it was like slowly over time growing, like glowing. They said that symbolizes his rage.
Yeah. And the whole thing with the dragon kind of increases that depth. And to get to this point, we got to talk about the general relationship with this giant pet. The Slayer's pet dragon is literally the most powerful of its kind, to the point others go running when it arrives. To the Slayer, though, it's a pet fucking dog. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and he even like threw a hand to it as a treat.
Yeah, like I love that moment, as it just really shows that to him, this scary dragon that other dragons fear is a dog, a cute little puppy dog.
Hey, you know what's funny? A month or so after Dark Ages came out was when we got that live action How to Train Your Dragon. It's like I want to watch How to Train Your Dragon. We have How to Train Your Dragon at home.
Which, in general, though, I do like how it shows that this relationship kind of goes both ways. Because in the Azaric scene, the Slayer's dragon comes to his aid to fight Azaric. It shows they're both built a connection after all their time together, and this feeling is 100% mutual. As when Azaric kills it, it puts the Slayer in rage, and when they're able to convey that without a line being told, which also motivates us as the player, because at least for me, I felt sad, and I wanted the prince dead after this, especially since it just adds to the list of, again, things they took from him, as we already mentioned. And their relationship as a whole is just very well built upon, if you ask me. You don't get sappy moments of them sitting down together, like How to Train Your Dragon or whatever. But honestly, that would have been very forced in this narrative, and I think that scene of the creature assisting him and how its death affected the Slayer, I think that speaks more than enough volumes of how much both the Slayer and his dragon, like, mattered to each other. Like, their relationship was built on the adventures they went on together, what they did with each other of killing the demons and all that. It didn't need to be anything sappy. Their relationship was the badass shit they done. That was their bonding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But,
it just worked. It just worked.
Yeah, and not like how Todd Howard says. It just works.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't think we need to bring up Bethesda, do we?
Yeah. Man.
Funnily enough, talking about Bethesda, there's been a new. This is related. There's been a new trailer that I saw yesterday. It was for a brand new Doom Total Conversion of it's a Fallout game in the Doom engine.
Okay, that's great. Is this canon?
Oh no, but I'm sure to players it'll be canon. But you know,
fair enough.
Bringing up Bethesda, and yeah, there's a new Fallout game in the Doom engine.
Interesting.
Okay. Is it like so in more detail, is this like a mod by the community?
That's what total conversions are. So basically, it's like everything under the hood is still the same. It's still Doom, but it's just, you know, the aesthetic has changed, the weapons have changed, you know, some behaviors will change, but it's basically a brand new game just in the Doom engine.
Well, that's one of the things I really love about Doom.
It's Fallout game.
Yeah, and that's one thing I love about Doom is a lot of Doom mods, I don't even just like calling them Doom mods. A lot of them I like to just refer to as a new game on the Doom engine, because that's what a lot of them are. A lot of them are something that's entirely their own thing. And some Doom mods actually have been updated from what is just a mod to something that's actually sold.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said in the chat, Doom is true. Doom truly is eternal.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna keep going long after we're gone.
Yeah, and I'll be playing them in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Just in real life, ripping and tearing.
Yep.
You
know, at least hell has the good albums.
Yes, it does.
Now that Ozzy's there.
Yep, he's the new king.
Yeah, he's the new
king.
King.
Yeah, telling the devil to get out of his chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that photo. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, can we wrap this up?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, incredible game. If they fixed some of the shortcomings, I'll up it to a 9 out of 10 by now. And if they have, please, someone in the comments correct me, please. But based on my last playthrough, I'm gonna go with objectively my 8. Again, play this game. Fucking amazing. Loved every minute of it.
Hell yeah.
And, Chris, do you have any final thoughts you want to bring on to the Dark Ages?
No, I just really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to when the DLC comes out.
Oh yeah,
me too.
If it's anything like with the ancient gods, we'll probably got about 5-6 more months.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. So we'll just have to see.
But that was it for this episode. Thank you guys for coming on. It was an honor. Love discussing the Dark Ages with you all. Someday I'll give an in-depth Gojin review at some point, but that'll be when I review the other Doom games as well. If you're watching this on Twitch and aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm Gojin the Makai Phantom. If you're watching this on YouTube, the edited version that'll be out with that's more polished and stuff, subscribe to Galactic Nerd Outpost on Twitch. We usually stream on YouTube, but every once in a while for these more epic type of videos, we'll do a stream on Twitch platform so we can provide something a little bit more polished for the YouTube audience to watch. But yeah, either wherever you're watching, either sub to Gojin the Makai Phantom on YouTube or sub to Galactic Nerd Outpost on Twitch. Thank you guys for coming on. But first, is there anything you guys want to promote?
At the moment, no.
My book's out right now with Cody Bratch.
Okay.
We're almost done with book 2.
Oh yeah, next podcast is actually for when you guys decide Writers Roundtable.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah. The only thing I will say in promotion is to be announced.
Okay. And again, thank you for coming on, and specifically, Chris, since this was your first time, we'll have you on the podcast more when there's stuff you want to join for.
Yeah, that's all right. Thank you for
Yeah,
having
this
me.
was fun.
But this is Gojin the Makai Phantom, leaving the building.